Hello everyone and welcome to another one of Icebat's video game commentary episodes. Last time, I know I left you all with an intense cliffhanger. I spent 20 minutes talking about the game I'm playing, Bioshock Infinite. I talked about the story of the game and how incredible it was while delivering some intense headshots. All while under the influence. I know that I've not uploaded in a couple days, and boy do I have a story for you. So, yesterday, it was decided by either fate or God, whichever one actually exists and has it in for me, that I would need a new phone. The USB connector thing on my cell phone broke, which means I had an emergency since I couldn't recharge my phone. And so even though nobody calls me or texts me because I have absolutely no life, it was something of an emergency because it's something that I have to have.
Tim, the one they're after. Go. They're looking for you.
Take that under consideration. Yeah, sometimes in this game you can, make decisions like whether or not you're gonna kill people. So-called friends and whatnot. Bring it on, I say. Well, one of the reasons why I immediately need a new one is because if there were any hot girls who wanted to give me their number, or whose number I need to take down, I would be fucked. I would be genuinely fucked in that scenario. Jesus, these guys, they just keep coming, they just don't get it. So I got a new phone, which is exactly the same as my old phone. Let me just get rid of this guy. Sheesh. Which is good because I hate change, it scares me. So I pretty much needed to get, the same phone, because I've had a cell phone for what, how long? 2 years now? And it's just something you get used to, I guess. Why didn't you get up and leave? I wash my hands of this. And my ass. And this is also why I didn't want to change my number or any of my account stuff. Once I bought my phone, I tried setting it up, now that I have a Sprint phone. And I've had one for a while. So I called Sprint to figure out how it is that I could go about setting up my account with my new stuff. Or my new phone. And keep my old number. So I get a guy working for Sprint, and let me just get one thing straight. Know how to speak English clearly. I'm not saying you have to be a master marksman of the English language or anything, but if you're not native to the language of the Almighty, please get a fucking clue before you work for a cell phone company. Maybe this has happened to you. You call customer service and you can't understand a thing the person is saying. Look, I'm not racist, but we've all had it happen. We were all thinking it, I'm just laying it on the table right now. So I talked to the guy and we worked through the linguistic barrier. And while it was difficult at first, by learning how to understand each other, I kind of felt like a connection developed.
Comstock came by the wagon at dawn. Man was just transfixed by my trophy scalps. Asked about the white ones there. I said, well, sir, if your quarry dwells in the jungle and beds down with the local color, why split hairs? Not a chuckle out of him. Either he ain't seen a man go native, or maybe too many. Anyhow, now it's got me hunting down this Daisy Fitzroy. Hope he don't expect me to stuff in about her. Yeah.
Okay. Like, we were two souls from completely different lives touching each other. What am I doing right now? Where am I going? Oh, Monument Island, of course. Alright, so I think I go this way. This is where all those guys were. I kind of felt like a connection developed between us. Like, we were two souls from completely different lives touching each other and finding meaning in what we were saying. It was just something of a bond. Have you ever had that? Have you ever like gone out in your personal life and I don't know, talk to a stranger or something and just have maybe one of the just smallest little conversations, like a hello, and you feel like this immediate bond, like you've known this person forever, and it changes your day. I don't, because I'm antisocial, but I'm just wondering if anyone out there understands what this is like. So I had to tell the guy my name, and he tried to look it up. He couldn't find it. So he asked me for the make and model of my phone, as well as my social security number, and I gave him those, and he still couldn't find my account. I've been talking with this guy about an hour, and what with all the difficulties of understanding each other, the inability to find any of my account information, we suffered through heartache, anger, resentment, compassion. I just felt like we had been through a lot. Keep in mind, I'm not used to dealing with people, and these things are all new to me. So an hour has passed, and I realized to myself that while I have a Sprint phone, I don't, and I've never had an account with Sprint, because I use these iWireless cards. Okay. To charge up my phone, so I don't have a Sprint phone account. I never have, and I just then realized that, which ergo is why I do not have an account. Meanwhile, he's on the other line apologizing in a strained accent for not being able to help me, and I interrupt him in mid-sentence, and I tell him, stop, look, I'm really sorry, but I just realized that I don't have a Sprint account. I use iWireless minutes. So there's about a minute of silence, and I go on to apologize to him for wasting his time, as well as all the things I said about his mother and the way he spoke. I then hung up, because I was too ashamed to wait for his reply. I just wanted the entire thing to be over and to be able to imagine that he could find it in his heart to understand. And I suppose what I had learned from this is that before you go on to insult someone's heritage or their mother simply because they can't work with you or you can't understand them, you better be sure you're in the right. I kind of feel like I'm just moving around. So in the end, I called iWireless and was able to keep my same number and account. Everything worked out, and I learned something new from the experience. And I think that we can all take that home with us today. That, you shouldn't always judge someone because you have no fucking clue what they're saying. So thank you for listening to another one of Icebat's video game commentaries, and tune in next time for more of my ice battiness.